श्रीमान वेंकटनाथार्य कवितार्किक केसरी वेदांताचार्यवर्यो मे सन्निधत्तां सदा हृदि श्रीवासरंग परकाल मुनित्रयाप्तलक्ष्मात्मरक्षण नित्योगागमान्तम् आचार्य भक्ति परिपूतमनर्गशीलं गोपालदेशिकमुनिं गुरुमाश्रयामः। व्यासं वसिष्ठनप्तारं शक्तेः पौत्रमकल्मषं पराशरात्मजं वन्दे सुखतातं तपोनिधिं। व्यासाय विष्णुरूपाय व्यासरूपाय विष्णवे नमो वै ब्रह्मनिधये वासिष्ठाय नमो नमः। Today let's contemplate and enjoy the most beautiful names encapsulated in Vishnu Sahasranamam, the Sloka 27. Asankyeyo prameyatma vishishta shrishta kuchuchihi siddhartha siddha sankalpaha siddhida siddhi sadhanaha. Asankyeya, we will have a brief one-liner meaning first and then go a little bit deeper and explain each nama in a more comprehensive manner. Now Asankyeyaha, his attributes, his gunas, his attributes are innumerable. Asankyeya Kalyana Gunaganauga Maharnava, Ramanuja says. Ramanuja mentions his gunas. His gunas, Perumal's gunas are very many. We will talk about it. Aprameyatma, Asankyeya Aprameyatma. One who cannot be understood through knowledge. One who cannot be measured or understood, comprehended, fathomed by the tools that we possess. He is of immeasurable, unfathomable nature. Vishishtaha, he who is superior, he is different. Vishishtaha, Shishtakrit, he who makes his devotees eminent. He who makes his devotees shining, glowing. Suchihi, he who is pure. Suchi, when somebody has passed away in our home, we say asaucham. Asuchihi means impure. Suchi means pure. Siddhartha, one who is in possession of all desirable things. Siddhartha, who is in possession of all desire, whatever that he desires, he is in possession. Then Siddha Sankalpaha, one whose wishes are always fulfilled. Siddha Sankalpaha, one whose wishes are always fulfilled. He can always fulfill his desire, his wishes. He is Satyakama, Satya Sankalpaha. So Siddha Sankalpaha. Siddhita. Siddhita means the bestower. He is the grantor of Siddhi, superhuman power. Siddhitaha. Siddhi sadhanaha, he who makes the means also the goal, as pleasant as the goal. He makes the means pleasant. He also makes the goal pleasant, sweet, blissful. So that's the one-liner meaning. So here we have Asankyeyo Prameyatma Vishishta Shishta Kruchuchihi Siddhartha Siddha Sankalpaha Siddhida Siddhi Sadhanaha. Asankyeyaha. So Asankyeya means the attributes, the Kalyana Gunams, the names, the forms, everything is innumerable. Asankyeya is one who cannot be quantified, who cannot be counted. Swami Ramanuja mentions in Gadyatrayam, Sharanagati Gadyam, when he talks about his Kalyana Gunams, he says Swabhavika Anavadika Dishaya Jnana Bala Aishwarya Virya Shakti Tejas Sausilya Vatsalya Mardava Arja Arjava Sauharda Samya Karunya Madhurya Gambhirya Audarya Chaturya Sthairya Dhairya Shaurya Parakrama, Satyakama, Satyasankalpa, Krititva, Kritajnata, Asankyeya Kalyana Gunaganauga Maharnava. He lists Most of the Kalyana Gunams here is a Jnana, Bala, Aishwarya, Virya, Sakti, Teja, Sausilya, Vatsalya, Mardava, Arjava, Saugarda, Samya, Karunya, Madhurya, Gambhirya, Audarya, Chaturya, Stairya, Dairya, Shaurya, Parakrama, Satyakama, Satya Sankalpa, Krititva, Kritajnata. He says, Kritajnatad, etc. Asankheya Kalyana Gunaganogamaha. Such infinite auspicious attributes. The ocean of all infinite auspicious attributes. What I have listed is only few, handful, infinite. So in Gita, Arjuna describes the Lord Krishna as Aneka, Bahudara, Vaktra Netram Pashyami. I can see so many heads, so many forms. So he is immeasurable, innumerable. I see you with numberless arms, stomachs, mouths, eyes, boundless forms on every side. I do not see the end of the middle or the beginning. He is of infinite knowledge, infinite bliss, infinite manifestation, infinite, immeasurable strength. Aprameyatma. He who cannot be known through knowledge, direct or indirect. We cannot know. He has to bless us to get revealed by us. Prameya means anything that can be known through intellect. Aprameya is one whose nature cannot be grasped by the existing means of knowledge. Whatever the tools that we possess, the eyes, the ears, the mouth, the intellect, the manas, whatever the tools that we possess, all are finite. Anything that can be obtained through these finite tools has to be finite. We get an impression of an object by seeing it with our eyes. It is the vision or the color, the shape, attribute, smell that gives us a feeling of the object. Bhagavan is beyond our senses. There is no way that we can pack him or contain him with the tools that we have. So once we know that we cannot know him, we get to know him. Avijñātam vijanatam, vijñātam avijanatam. They say one who says he does not know, he knows. One who says he knows the God, he does not know. So aprameyatma. So that is the way he is of immeasurable nature. He pervades inside and outside of everything, the numberless things which are limitless and are too numerous to be grasped by one. Too numerous. Vishishtaha. He who is superior. He is of an exalted nature. He is superior because he does not have to depend on anything else. He is Vishishta. He is different from others. Sakala itara vilakshana. He excels in everything. Sri Shankaracharya interprets this as he transcends everything. He manifests in everything. So here I would just like to educate and enrich ourselves with the Shankaracharya, Madhvacharya and Ramanuja philosophies, just to understand that all three are based on Vedas and all three are based on the Upanishads, the Vedanta, the Brahma Sutra of Vyasa. However, there is a subtle difference between those three. And here, one of the central questions concerning Vedanta philosophers is the relationship of the individual soul, the Jivatma, to the Brahman, the Supreme Self. So when I said Vishishta, it reminded me to bring this topic to you so that as much as possible let us try to understand. The sole purpose is to determine the nature of the Dhyanam, to determine the moksha is something worth seeking. Is it worth? The Dvaita school is by Madhvacharya, Ananda Tirtha. He says there is an inherent and absolute fivefold difference in reality between one Jivatma and another, between the Jivatma and the God, between the God and the matter, the Achit, the life, the lifeless matter, between the soul and the matter, between one matter and the other matter. There are five differences. These differences are not only individual differences, they are also inherent qualitative difference. One is in pure state, which is the Jivatma, and there are inherently Brahman, who is the other Paramatma. So this differentiation exists even in moksha, says Dvaita. Consequently, Advaita school says, it is a classical and most powerful form by Shankaracharya, argues that there is only one self exists and everything else is false. The universe, our existence as individuals, is not at all, is not unreal, but a false imposition on a real substrate. So he says it's a non-dual, undifferentiated principle. What he says, it's like the dog entering into the room full of mirrors, some concave, some convex, some flat. He sees so many different forms. So when it realizes that it is only the dog which is real and all other images are only reflection of the self of the dog, once it realizes, it gets to know that the others are all unreal. So Advaita mentions from that. Liberation in Advaita, moksha in Advaita Vedanta says, once you realize that you are the Parabrahman, your soul who is inside, you are that, Tattvamasi, you are that. Upanishad says, Aham Brahmasmi, I am Brahman. When you realize that, you attain moksha and all differences vanish. The whole world, the matter, everything vanishes. In this system, there is only one, and that is why non-dualism Advaita. Whereas Visishta Advaita, which is from the Ramanuja's Acharyas, the Alvar saints. And what Ramanuja said, some Upanishad statements say that the Jivatma and the Paramatma are two different. They unite in Sri Vaikunta when they attain Sadgati, Moksha. In another Upanishad says there is only one, Aham Brahmasmi. There is only one, you are that, Tattvamasi. And there is some other Upanishad statement that says he is the one who creates, he is the one who enters into it, he is the one who controls and directs, the Upanishad says. So Ramanuja comes out with a philosophy which says that no Upanishad statement can become false. No Upanishad statement can violate the other one. We cannot say that is wrong and this is right. It has to be understood in such a way that all Upanishadic statements are true. So he says that when you say there is only one that exists and all others do not exist, it means Parabrahman, the Lord, the Supreme, only exists. All others, us, the Jivatma, the Prapancham, the universe, the matter, are all part of Him. As His body, as His Sariram, we are all part of Him. If I say Sri Chandrasekhar is coming to my house tomorrow, I mean only Chandrasekhar is coming to my house tomorrow. But if he comes with his wife, with his child, with his bag, with his phone, with his umbrella, I cannot ask him that you said you are coming, but you have brought your wife, your kid, your umbrella, your phone. They are all part of him. So when I say Chandrasekhar is coming, finish. If he says, no, I'm not alone coming, my wife is coming, my child is coming, I'm bringing my phone, I will have my car, will there be a car park? When in such case there are differences, there are other things. So Upanishad in one place says that there are Jivatma, there is Prapancham, and Perumal enters into it, creates it. In another place it says Tattvamasi, you are that, Aham Brahmasmi, I am Brahman. When you realize that the indweller, the Antaryami inside you is He, all the differences will vanish. You get that everything is part of Him. So, enough said. We don't want to confuse you further. So, we will proceed with other names as such. And then we have, after Vishishta, Shishtakrit. He who makes his devotees eminent. Shishtakrit. He who, and Shishtakrit Suchihi. He who is pure. Parasara Bhattar combines these two names together. So, he says Shishtakrit Suchihi. He is Vishishta because he is of supreme discipline in the last name. And the current Nama, Shishtakrit, it means he helps his devotees acquire that they are also superior. They get their glory. They get their splendor. If you see Vyasa, Vyasaya Vishnu Rupaya, Vyasa Rupaya Vishnave. Because of the devotion, Vyasa got the iota, the fraction of Vishnu's power. Otherwise, how could he compose so many sutras, the Puranas, compile the Vedas? So he is pure and he makes the devotees eminent. Bhagavan makes them become endowed with auspicious qualities. When you think good, when you do good, when you hear good, when you speak good, you will automatically be good. You will automatically become glowing, splendor. If you think evil, speak evil, hear evil, talk evil, see evil, you become evil. What you sow, so you reap. What you feed, you become. So the food becomes us. So you keep feeding divine stuff. Keep reading about his glories, about his names, do Nama Sankirtanam, think goodness for others. Loka Savasta Sukhino Bhavantu. May the world prosper. May my neighbor prosper. May my friend get good marks in the exam. You would also get, because the positive thoughts may purify you. So Shishtakrit Suchihi, he who makes his devotees eminent. Suchihi, he who is pure. And then Siddhartha, who is in possession of all desirable things. He is in possession of desirable things. He already possesses all that is desirable in him naturally, effortlessly. Chandogya Upanishad, Shankaracharya takes Chandogya Upanishad and he says, and this name signifies that Bhagavan has already have the four Purushartham, Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. That is the object of attainment for us. He has already got whatever that is to be attained. Siddha Sankalpaha, one whose wishes are always fulfilled. He is the Satya Sankalpaha. If with his mere will, he can get what he wishes to get. If he wants Madhavakkannan to get ill, he would. If he wants me to get well, I will automatically become well. Intellectual willing and wishing, one who gains all that he wishes for, he is the one. One who immediately gains what he wants. Siddha Sankalpaha. So, Siddha Sankalpaha means one who is of infallible Sankalpam, infallible will, determination. Over and above what has been stated above, his Sankalpam is always pure. His Sankalpam is always true. And it is unfailing. If he decides to grant you, nobody can stop him. If he decides not to, nobody can protect him. Swami Desika mentions, Tvai rakshati rakshakai kimanyaihi, Tvai cha arakshati rakshakai kimananyaihi. If he decides to, he says in Kamasikashtakam, if Lord Nrsimha decides to protect, nobody can stop. If he decides not to protect, nobody can. So, he attains it without fail all at once. So Siddhi Sadhanaha, he who makes the means as well as the goal pleasant. Siddhida Siddhi Sadhanaha. Siddhida means the bestower of Siddhi. The Siddhi, superhuman power. For example, you take Vedanta Desika, he was blessed by Lord Hayagrivan. He had superhuman powers. In 3 hours, he composed 1008 slokas on Paduka, Lord's sandals, Lord's the Padukas. You can talk about his eyes, his glories, his lotus feet, his Mangala Vigraham, but on Padukas, he wrote 1008 slokas in just 3 hours in the night, because somebody challenged him. People say you are the king of poets, lion of poets. Can you write 1000 slokas? So he said, I will write. Will you write? The person who challenged wrote on the lotus feet. He says, Adiyan will write on the Padukas, that which is below the lotus feet. The challenger wrote 300 verses called Padakamala Sahasram. Swami wrote 1008 slokas, and those slokas are not just some rambling babble. They are most beautiful, powerful, with lot of meters, with lot of grammatical skill, poetic skills. Brilliant slokas. We will enjoy it another time. Swami, somebody asked him, you are Sarvatantra Swatantra, master of all, as granted by Thaiyar, Ranganayaki Thaiyar. Okay, can you build a well? One builder came and challenged him. Swami Desika prayed to the Lord and built a round well, which is still there in Tiruvahindrapuram near Kadalur. Built a round well. It's easier to build a square or a rectangular wall. Round circular well. What a power! All because of the superhuman powers blessed by Veda Hayagriva. Once somebody asked him to sculpt his own statue. Can you make your own Vigraham? One sculptor asked him, Vedanta Desika. He again said, it's all Lord's Sankalpa. Why should he make you ask me this question? So he made that. Then that guy was astonished, the sculptor, but he wanted to find a fault. He said, your nose is a bit crooked, unlike your actual real nose. So I will correct little bit. So he took that tool, and hit on the nose tip to correct it. And Vedanta Desika started bleeding on his nose when he hit the sculpted form. Desika started bleeding on his nose. That means he has actually enshrined himself in that sculpture. It's all unfathomable. It's indescribable, the power of Perumal, the bestower of Siddhi, superhuman powers. There are 8 Siddhis here. They say when you do Bhakti Yogam, you get the Siddha Purushas get 8 Siddhi. Anima, Mahima, Laghima, Garima, Prapti, Prakamyam, Isita, Vashita. Anima means power of assuming the size of an atom, small atom. When Hanuman jumped over the ocean, he became big, Mahima, the ability to assume a very huge form, and he crossed the ocean. And once he crossed, he became a small cat-like form. Anima, Mahima, Laghima, power to become very light. Garima, power to become very heavy. Prapti, the power of obtaining anything. That is why Siddha Purushas are able to obtain something, anything. But they don't misuse, they don't abuse their powers to get some coin or some vibhuti, ashes and give you. They won't misuse it. So the prapti, the power of obtaining anything, prakamyam, irresistible will, prakamyam. Then ishitvam, to attain any desired bhogam is prakamyam. Ishitvam, to be able to assume rulership, lordship over anything or anyone, to master on anyone. Vashitvam, to get anyone to be under our control. So these are all the possible. So Sri Shankaracharya interprets the Nama to mean that he provides benefits or fulfillment according to our action. Siddhi sadhanaha, one who makes the means for siddhi as pleasant as the fruit. The means itself is so sweet. Just look at his lotus feet, so sweet, so divine, so beautiful to behold. Can we not love that lotus feet and hold on to it and perform Sharanagati? And what do we get? The same lotus feet as the goal. The means as well as the goal are the lotus feet. Because he makes the meditation on him, the think of his beautiful, divine, majestic, awesome, amazing, gorgeous form, so nice, pleasing, pleasant, makes us feel blissful. And what do we get? The blissful state, attainment. So those who adopt this discipline of devotion, which is in accordance with the dharma, virtuous conduct, think good of everybody, which is sweet like amritam, or exceedingly dear to me. Krishna says, those who think of me, those who contemplate on me, my sweet form, my sweet qualities will become endearing to me, will become dear to me. So he himself is sweet, thinking of him is sweet, attaining him is sweet. Why can't we be sweet? Adiye Kavitarkika Simhaya Kalyana Gunashaline Srimate Venkateshaya Vedanta Gurave Namaha. Dhanyosmi.